Das Vidanya, Guten Tag, and all those other words that kind of are a greeting in a different language that I don't know. But hello everyone, welcome to Hack The Dino's Gaming Cast, where we bring you the past, present, and future of video games, news, previews, and discussions. I am I put in the Ron in the Ron, Ben Rosenthal, and I am joined here by the
guy that puts the wang in the wang-a-dang-a-ding-dong.
That's it. Yep. Together we're the Deltones. Floppy
some...
Starrick.
Hello, Earthlings.
Wow, I'm really flat tonight. I need some
Coffee.
cocaine. Brayden, you're here,
Hi, I am here.
and also brought the cocaine.
No.
No.
I've never seen that white powder in my
It's
life.
because Floppy keeps making it disappear.
It's a magic trick of his.
Nothing up my sleeves.
Nothing up my sleeve.
Anymore.
Just got a cold, kids. But we're talking about nostalgia tonight. And if nostalgia makes games great... No, wait, the other way around. If those games are great or nostalgia makes them great. Yes, that's correct,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Does nostalgia keep them great?
Yes.
From whence they were once great, do they remain great?
Are they great or are they second rate?
Ooh.
You can relate.
And masturbate. Well, I do say.
Now, the second that rhyming structure was starting, I was like, I know where this is ending immediately.
Yours bad. I didn't.
You know what? I don't want to disappoint.
You don't want to disappoint?
No.
Story of my life. Speaking of disappointing, what have you been up to, Floppy? No, sorry. Speaking of disappointing, Anto can't be here tonight.
Anto can't be here. Anto has, a whole lot of life happening right now.
But Anto is in the chat, so say hello.
Hello, Anto, in the chat.
On twitch.tv/Hack The Dino. Feel free to drop Anto a line. Say, hey, Anto, hope you get better soon. Rock on, dude.
Yeah, and, hope cat things are going to go less stressful very soon.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
what's a nice distraction from that?
Okay, well, I've actually had a pretty full-on last few weeks. I wasn't here for the last show. I was ill.
Mm-hmm.
My young children were ill. Then I got ill. Then
Unrelated.
Completely related. I licked one of them, like right on along their face, and they coughed inside my face.
Yep. That'll do it.
That's what kids do.
That'll do it. Little petri dishes of filth.
Floppy and I are both parents. Not together, though.
No, we don't share children.
No, but are separate children.
Yes.
You have to realise, for those of you who don't have kids and maybe want one day, you have to realise that you are going to wear and possibly taste both vomit and poo, sometimes together.
Oh, I've done both.
Yep.
Right in my mouth.
From kids or just, Saturday night?
Just experimenting.
Some dude named Steve on the side of the road.
Yeah, right. Is that what the cocaine costs?
But yeah, no, petri dishes of filth. So they were sick, then I got sick, then one of my older children who still lived at home has now flown the coop. So there was moving involved, and it's been a very busy couple of weeks.
It has. And then
I actually haven't done much because everything's been so full.
Right. So you're also renovating your youngest's room.
Renovating as much as you can when you don't own the place, but that is for his birthday. Oh, that's the other thing. I have 3 children's birthdays in August.
Not
I
his.
am now the proud father of a 25-year-old.
Wow.
Yeah. My eldest is 25.
That's
You
crazy.
don't look a day over 50, so
That made me feel older than I have previously felt.
that's all right.
That's 25. I remember hitting 25 and being like, damn.
I thought that sentence was going to go elsewhere, and I'm glad it didn't.
Did you think there was going to be A in the middle there?
We'll leave it at that.
But yeah, so I now have a 25-year-old, a 22-year-old, and then a 10 and a soon-to-be 7.
Wow.
So it's been a full-on month.
One of each decade.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Anyway, what have you been playing any games at all?
I'm still plugging away at Stellar Blade and Luigi's Mansion. Actually, I did get something that I haven't been able to show footage of. I got my copy of Perky Little Things.
Oh my god. I was just about to pull up footage on YouTube. I was like, oh yeah, what's he got?
Don't.
I can't.
Don't.
Really?
No.
Come on, give us
It is
a-
amazing. So it is a adult-themed hidden object game where you find objects in the picture and then you take those objects and give them to the people that may need those objects. No, those objects, it might be a shovel. It might be a teddy bear. It might be a studded collar. It might be toys. But each level...
Floppy,
Yes, mate.
did you happen to see last week?
I saw bits of last
You
week.
saw bits of last week. Did you see the quiz?
This is perky little things that I don't think that...
No,
anyone
so
watching the
I'm
show-
showing Ben
Showing
on
Ben.
the screen.
This is the intro.
I'm not showing the stream because we will get...
We'll get
Demonetized.
flagged.
Yeah, something bad will
But yeah,
happen.
it's really it's quite addictive.
Well, part of that content sentence is right.
Yeah. It has different worlds, and each world is themed. The first one is like an apartment block. Then there's like a wizarding school, very Harry Potter-esque. There's a pirate theme one. There is surprisingly a lot of content. I'm up to like the 8th world now. It is very graphic.
On the Switch.
But yeah, it is an imported game. It was not released here. It is very, very graphic. But I will say, it represents everyone, which is wonderful to see.
Represents everyone.
It represents everyone, no matter what.
I didn't realize everyone was perverts.
No. Just I mean, it doesn't. It represents. What am I going to say that's not going to get us flagged?
It represents
Everyone's lifestyle choices.
choices.
Different ways of life. But yes. No, so I have been playing that in my like lunch break at work, which has been nice and fun. But also recently...
Michael Towns in the live chat. Lego Dom mentioned.
yeah. Funny, I'm not far off. Recently, going through some stuff at home, cleaning out cupboards and things with people moving and whatnot, I came across some Toys to Life that I'd not forgotten I had, but I just hadn't thought about in a while.
Well, we're going to have a chat about
We will
them
have a chat about
bit
them later
on.
because, yes, my 6, nearly 7-year-old Thomas and I, well, his eyes lit up.
Oh, I bet.
And so we played a bit of that. But we'll talk about that later.
My eyes lit up when you put them here on the stand. Oh, yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
They look good.
They look very cool. Anyway, we'll talk about that a bit later on. Brayden.
Yarp.
Oh, Floppy's got a thing in the bloody the notes. I've got it prepped and ready to go.
Oh, the pre-order that you put in.
Oh, yeah, sorry. The other thing I got really excited about, I didn't actually put that in there.
No, that was me.
Something that got announced during the last week
This looks so good.
that I think I popped up in our Discord and stuff like that, and I have put a pre-order down, is an anthology of Doom collection coming out. So it has...
Not the Robert Downey Jr. one.
No. It has Doom 1, Doom 2 with the extra missions, Doom 3, Doom 64, which has been upscaled to 60 frames,
Oh.
and has the Lost Levels, I think they called it. Then it has Doom 2016 and the Doom Eternal Deluxe Edition, so all of the extra content. Plus, you get a little 5-inch BFG 9000, which lights up and
It's
has
not
sound.
very BFG if it's only 5 inches. Is it?
Well, it's small, but it has a stand. It lights up, and that's pretty cool. Now, I have since learnt that if you are getting this on Xbox or Switch, it is a digital code for everything.
Boo.
On PlayStation, it is a Doom Eternal on disc with digital codes for the rest.
Boo.
But that is 5, 6 games.
See, I would buy them, but I already own them because I bought them for like $2 each when they were on special.
I nearly did, but I didn't. So I got the first Doom.
Right.
But I haven't got the other ones. I haven't got 64. I haven't got 2. I haven't got 3. So I'm down for that. It's like $130 or something.
But it's got multiplayer now, Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah, but who wants to play Doom with people? I mean, I used to with Doom.
Have you ever played a little
LAN
game called
parties.
Fortnite, where you run around and shoot people,
Yeah, but Fortnite, I control friends, whereas this you can't.
and you can play as Doom Guy?
In Fortnite, you can, yeah.
Mhm.
I do also love that this was a Shadow Drop. It just came out,
Yeah, it just came out of nowhere.
which is cool.
It
Oh, I
came
like
out of absolutely nowhere. So that's cool. I'm looking forward to that. I like Doom.
Brayden,
Hi.
tell us about your BFG.
Oh well,
Big,
my
oh,
big fun guy,
Big friendly giant.
big friendly giant.
Roll dial. Horrible man.
I have been playing some video games. I've been truly addicted to
Roll dial
Balatro and Baldur's Gate 3. Absolutely loving them. But took a break from that. Michaela and I have been playing through the Batman Telltale game.
They are so good.
Yeah, I had played through the first season myself already, like ages ago. But then I never played number 2, and they were on special on Steam, and I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Michaela and I will play through them. It's fun to play a decision-based game with someone who's got major anxiety, because
You should play Until Dawn together.
oh my god, yeah, Michaela would just be like livid the entire time. But yeah, this game holds up, really fun still.
It looks
it's a
good.
Fun story. The voice cast is fantastic. You've got Travis Willingham as Harvey Dent. You've got Troy Baker as Bruce Wayne. You've got Laura Bailey as Selena Kyle. Like the cast is lit. It's good.
And you get to be a detective in it too.
Yeah, you get to like choose moments where if you want to tackle it as Batman or as Bruce Wayne, and they affect your reputation as one or the other. I really, really like it. It's fun to go back to Telltale games because like that was such like a small era.
It was a flash in a pan, I think they call it.
Yeah, extremely. That like episodic choice-based narrative games.
Have you played any of the other Telltale games?
Yes, I played through. I think I did the first 2 seasons of Walking Dead.
Good.
I never did Back to the Future.
Back to the Future is good. I didn't do Game of Thrones.
Incidentally, you know how much Back to the Future goes for now on the PS3?
No, but I own it.
It's a $120 game.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy.
It's really cool.
It's a bad game.
No, it's
I
a
didn't
fun
hear
game.
it was amazing or anything.
No, it was bad.
The Wolf Among Us is another one.
Oh
you gotta
yes,
play.
because Michaela and I, that's actually the first one Michaela and I played together. Because I hadn't played Wolf Among Us.
This is coincidentally. This was the first platinum I ever got.
The one by accident?
Yeah, black. No, yeah, you just finished the game.
game.
And somehow I was like, oh, there you go.
Yeah,
That trophy popped up, and I was like, oh, what do you know?
it's good. But yeah, I really enjoyed playing through the first season again. We just started season 2, and so I'll get back on that and probably mention that next episode. But yeah,
Excellent.
I
I like
really like
season
it.
1 better than season 2.
Yeah, I have heard that is the main takeaway. But oh well, give it a go. And then after that, we're going to play through the Life is Strange remasters were on sale, so I got those.
There's a new one coming out soon too.
Yeah, so the timing's pretty good. So I'm going to be jumping on that. Dylan, there's a season 2 of Batman. There isn't a season 2 of Wolf Among Us yet.
No,
They
but
still
that was
want to do it.
That's been on the cards for a long time, and then it's been in what developer owns us now.
Yeah, it's been in kind of hell for a while. So hopefully they get out eventually, because I liked Wolf Among Us, and a lot of people did, but they just never got around to season 2. So, oh well, we'll see.
There was a Borderlands Telltale game, new
It
Tales
was
from the Borderlands.
surprisingly good. I actually, true story.
Probably better than the movie.
I put that game. Oh, it probably very much is. I bought that game and was going to play it purely because that was back in the day when I really loved getting trophies, and so I was just going to play it on mute and just select the same thing for every single time, and
Wow.
I wasn't going to care. And within 5 minutes of playing that game, I was hooked.
Because of Handsome Jack.
It's not even handsome. I think it's Troy Baker again as the main character in that one.
Well, you know who else he voices?
Everyone.
Jonesy in Fortnite.
That's true. He does.
Who's Jonesy?
It's the.
I'm joking. I know Jonesy.
But
I can never be short with you, Floppy.
Tales
That's
from the
because
Borderlands
I'm
was really good.
good at what I do, which
Wow.
is bullshit.
Right, that's it. Brayden, it seems how you've
That's it.
disappeared, and we've finished talking over you.
Yeah.
Good. Hang on. Anto has been playing Final Fantasy 12 and finished the Elden Ring DLC.
I saw that. Finished the Elden Ring. Well done. Congratulations on finishing the DLC that was as big as a bloody game.
Yeah, that's huge.
I have just been on a Super Nintendo kick. I've been playing a lot of NBA Jam.
On OG hardware?
Yep, on the SNES. Just in there on my CRT playing NBA Jam. Man, what a freaking time capsule of a game that is.
Why
It's
were we not
great.
playing this for the hour before the show? We were just shooting the shit.
Because we were playing an exceptionally good game. And that game is No Man's Sky.
No Man's Lie.
Now, you know,
not anymore.
when they announced the latest wind physics,
fucking
my game
so
does not
good.
look like this, by the way.
I think that's on PC.
When they
what Ben's game looks like.
announced the new latest update for free, I thought, you know what? Enough's time's passed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give it a go. And I was super, super surprised. I even think I put in our Discord how much of a relaxing good time I had.
Yeah.
This game, you have the option at the start to go, you just want a relaxed mode? Yeah, cool, go for it. And there's no
that's good.
pressure. You can die due to environmental factors, which
But there's
might...
no combat?
I haven't come across it yet, but I assume there is, but I think it'd be on baby mode.
It just looks so good. And even this is obviously on a PC, but even watching yours on, what were you playing it on?
PS5.
PS5 and decent TV. It looks so good.
Yeah, what I really enjoy about it is you can sort of pick the difficulty level that you want. So you can have, all right, Sentinels aren't going to attack me at all unless I fire at them. And when I die, I can choose to lose all my gear or I can keep all my gear. You can legitimately just make the difficulty as hard or as easy as you want it. And I'm having a really awesome time just going out and discovering. Like, I'm only on the second planet.
Of 18 quintillion.
Yeah, and it's just because I like flying around and landing. I mean, on the PS5, the pop-up's a little, how you going? But it is just so soothing to just fly somewhere, land, go for a little wander, go for a little explore. The planet I'm on at the moment, I was playing it before Floppy and Brayden got here. Oh, no, Brayden was here.
I watched you play some.
And I just found out this planet, you can just dig a tunnel. With your laser, you can just make a tunnel and go under anything.
As the crow flies, straight through the planet.
Ben, I've got news for you. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure you can do that on every single planet.
Really?
Yeah.
I do like the
Every single planet, you can just dig
Yep.
a tunnel.
I do like the third person that's in there because when this released, it was only first person. I played this on release day. Still got my steel case version of the game. It got such a raw deal because it was still a really good game on release. Like, it looked great.
Well, I
it
mean, it
played well.
Just people, whether because of what was...
There was some shit that was done in the media that people thought it was going to be something different.
Yeah, that they thought that you could have all the things that they promised, which have only now just come to light. But, people say it's a redemption arc. It's not really a redemption arc. I think it's more of, hey, we actually had time and money and resources to actually do and realize our vision.
Yeah.
I mean, this is an indie studio, remember?
Yeah.
This isn't a big AAA thing, and it's just a wonderful exploring sim. It's just a real good time to sit back, relax, not have any stress, and just go about your business.
Oh, that's very cool.
So if you do have it, I highly recommend downloading the free DLC and just having a good time with it. And you can play with friends as well.
And chances are you might be like majority of us. You may have bought it at launch and then
Forgot about it.
you might still have it. So you can
I
just go
definitely-
back and download it.
Anto in the chat is spot on. It was a Sony marketing dude that was in an interview. I'm going to say with IGN. It might not have been IGN, but something like that. And he was talking about all the stuff they wanted to put in the game. Not the stuff that was actually in it, stuff that they wanted to do it. And I believe it was stuff that they were wanting to do over a period of time. And then everyone took that as gospel, was in the game at launch, and then it wasn't.
I would really like to do multiplayer on this now, because we saw on the screen now, it pops up.
Yeah.
You can play solo or play with friends.
I might reinstall it.
Reinstall. Let's go exploring. Let's get a posse together and go on.
Let's link arms and skip across the planet.
I mean, the planets are a little bit more populated, but they're still pretty barren. Like the one I'm on now, you have one type of animal. Like, it's not anything huge. Don't get me wrong, but really cool discovery bit. Brayden was here, and I was just flying around, and I landed, and there was just this massive wreck of a spaceship. Like,
It was
huge,
like Star Destroyer level massive.
huge.
Scale was great.
And I went, oh, can I steal that and repair it and maybe have a big starship? But no, I couldn't. So I've just got my randomly generated one, which you guys said is pretty good.
I like
so
it.
I
Looks
might
cool.
stick with it.
I really like the design of everything in this game.
The aesthetics are very good.
I get very retro, futuristic, somewhat Asimov-y style things.
Yeah. It's like that, but then dial up the like neon colors.
I really like the color palette.
Yeah. Neons. Oh, look at those. I'm a big fan of neons.
Speaking
Redesign,
of-
we
so
have neons everywhere.
Would you say that this game is quite glitch-free now?
Yeah.
Well, what about games that do have glitches, Ben? Anyone in particular?
Well, I mean, lots of games have glitches.
Yes.
But it depends, if you think using glitches in order to get a speedrun record is a legitimate tactic or not.
Can we clarify the term glitch? Is jumping... So this is what I was thinking of when I was reading this before. Is jumping off of the side of like Rainbow Road and landing on another one a glitch?
No, that's a shortcut.
Okay, cool.
That's not a glitch. A
Yeah.
glitch is when you're doing something in the game that wasn't intended.
Yes, okay.
So if you were on
So
Rainbow
a
Road...
fuck up.
Yeah, like... So there is... For example, going back to your Mario Kart analogy. Mario Kart 64, there is on the Wario course...
Mm-hmm.
If you hit left and jump on the first jump, you can leap over the barrier and cut off half the track.
Yes.
And that's a glitch because you actually go through the wall.
Right, okay.
So you're breaking the... You're
Breaking
exploiting
the game.
something in order to gain...
I would say, yeah, Townsy in there has said that's an exploit, like the jumping off the road, not a glitch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, cool. I've been doing that in, I've been trying to do that in Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels.
Trying to find the places where I can do a massive jump to clear areas
And I mean,
between...
The Mario Kart games now actually have that in there for you to find.
They've now built in.
Yeah, like everything, like the boost you get from going around the corner. Speaking of Nintendo and their glitches and their exploits, Nintendo and exploit, who would have thought those two words came in the same sentence? The recently released Nintendo World Championship glitch, screwed
World
that up.
Championship edition.
Yes.
Deluxe.
Some of the games are taken straight from source material and put on there.
Oh, so they have glitches.
Meaning the glitches are there to be exploited.
In them.
And there have been some people who have been complaining that the speedrun records that you see you don't win anything from it, but it's a competition, a worldwide speedrun, who can finish the level faster or who can complete a specific task the fastest. People are using glitches in order to get the fastest time. The one that was recently highlighted was with the original Donkey Kong. And it was the person who got to the end of the level the fastest.
Mm-hmm.
And someone did it in 15.68 seconds.
I have no concept of how fast that is compared to how it should normally take.
So they used... Well, Brayden, roll the footage for me. We can see on the screen here your basic... we're not going to be able to see what happens because it goes behind our thing.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go. So Mario goes up to the first ladder and using a glitch, I'm not quite sure how they do it, managed to find the spot where he can just press down and he goes up to the top of the level and completes the level in 15.68 seconds. It is a glitch that has been used in speedrun competitions. People complained because it seemed, quote, unfair to do that. And I've actually just seen a note here from Anto. The speedrunning community for pretty much any game has categories for glitches and glitch-based runs to allow for different approaches. Perhaps this is something that could be updated into NWC instead of Nintendo patching titles. I personally think that if a glitch is there, you should be able to use it. Like, I don't think it's cheating if it's in there. Like, you didn't program the cheat in there. If you are learned enough that you know to expose and utilize a glitch, then you shouldn't be penalized or thrown on the coals for knowing about it.
I'm just gonna put it out there. I don't give a shit. If
Yep.
it's there, all right, but if I'll take devil's advocate. I'll play devil's advocate. That's not meant to be like that. Like, it wasn't supposed to happen. It's a mistake.
It's a mistake, but as
I
Anto...
think it should be fixed.
But Anto in the chat has said, quite rightly, I think, it's not preventing anyone from using it. It's there for everyone to exploit.
But the game's broken. Why not fix it?
But it's not broken because plays fine.
Broken because broken in the fact that it wasn't. You weren't meant to be able to do that. It's not like say like you're talking about your Mario Kart where there is specifically you're not going through a wall to fall off the edge of the track. You're driving off the edge of the track and using skill to land on the other side. Mm-hmm. This isn't skill. This is someone's.
I think there's a skill to it.
Nah, I mean, is it a skill? Is it?
It's a skill to find the exploit.
I mean,
and to be able to use, like, some of those glitches, it isn't as simple as going to the ladder and pressing down. You have to know what pixel you need to be standing on.
So I don't think that's skill.
I think it's skill.
It's.
I wouldn't be able to do it.
Anything that takes practice is a skill.
But I also don't. I think in this day and age, like we complain if games have glitches.
I don't. I love them. They're great. Hilarious.
So, and we want them patched and we want them fixed. Why would we not do it here?
Because this is an old game and that would be going against, 30, 40 years of gaming history?
But, I mean, it's...
May I draw your attention to Pokemon Sword and Shield?
Why?
Would you want to leave it like that forever? Or should we
do you
just
want that game to look like that forever?
fix it?
No, I'd just say leave it. Screw
So
it.
I think if
Product
it's-
of its time.
If it's an exploit, that's not. If it go, how do I word it? If you can do something that goes against how the game's supposed to work, fix it.
But no.
Once again, I will just say I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But I'm just playing devil's advocate now. But yeah, if it's broken, like it wasn't, if you are not meant to be able to do that in any way, shape, or form, like if it doesn't make sense on the game. So if you drive off the side of Rainbow Road and land on the other side, skillfully doing it at the right spot at the right time to be able to land on there, and it's still doing everything the way the game is supposed to work. But if you find a hidden spot, drop off the edge, and somehow appear at the top of the screen, game's not meant to work like that.
Yeah, but I mean, I think if I still come back to if everyone has the ability to use it, or with a little bit of research and a little bit of practice, and you use that glitch, then you should be able to use it. Like, for example, coming back to Pokemon, but this time Pokemon Red, Pokemon Blue. There's the Masingo glitch, where you can go up and down, and I mean, you run the risk of crashing in your entire save, but you go up and down one side of the Cinnabar Islands, and you encounter Masingo, which is just corrupt data. But the 7th or 8th item in your item bag gets duplicated to like 99,000. So if you put like rare candies in the 7th position and encounter a Masingo and your game doesn't crash and fry your save, then you've got pretty much tens of thousands of rare candies which you can just level up Pokemon with.
So you can cheat.
It's a glitch that people can use to exploit. And it comes with risk as well. I mean, they're the best kind of ones.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, Dylan the Villain has said in the chat, how the hell would you fix a close to 40-year-old game? That's the thing. I wouldn't say you'd go back and fix all of the Donkey Kongs. But if you're now releasing it, wouldn't you release a better working version of it? Like if you had a chance to fix a previous mistake, because it's a mistake, right?
But when you go to 40 years, that's a piece of history. And
everything's a piece of history a second later, dude.
Not really, because
just because it's been there longer doesn't mean it's right.
This is Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Like if we're talking about specifically
I'm not saying
Donkey
change
Kong.
the game. I'm just saying if they had the opportunity to fix it back then, bet you they would have. If someone had found that back in the day and had the ability to just patch it, it would have been patched. They do it now. Everything gets patched now.
But sometimes they don't find glitches until decades later.
No, I know.
So, I mean, I think it's... No,
I
because
think
it's a
just
good point.
because
No,
it's
they're
older-
good points. They're good points.
Just because it's older doesn't mean it shouldn't be fixed. Hell, there's a lot of old things that I would love to fix.
Blue pills for that, Floppy.
Sure.
No, I think it's a very good point, but for me, it comes down to preservation as well, especially a game this old. I think it's great that people who don't necessarily have access to the original hardware, because I'm sure in later versions it has been patched out. I think it's really cool that a game that's based on speedrunning has left these little things in for people to sort of look in there.
That's the other thing. I think speedrunning. Now, I don't give a shit about speedrunning. I don't do speedrunning. I don't see the fun in speedrunning. But if I was judging, for whatever reason, in some weird way, a speedrunning contest, I would want to see someone do the level as fast as they possibly could, the way the level is meant to be done.
Well, as Anto brought up earlier in his points, that there are specific categories. So you have,
which is cool.
any run, like anything
you have,
goes, or
legitimate ones and cheating ones.
Yeah, so you have different world records for the different speed running communities. But coming back to the original question, should it be allowed in a home release like this? Then yeah, absolutely.
I think it's weird that it was put into this.
But I mean, nothing. You don't win anything. You don't get anything besides going,
No,
I got
know.
number one on my screen. Like, I think it's great that it exposes that type of thing to different people who probably haven't heard of it before. Have you heard of that glitch before?
No, of course not. Of course not.
But if you saw it, a little bit of you surely went, I wonder if I could do that.
No, not at all. Actually,
No?
I'm like, oh, you didn't finish the level.
Brayden, what do you think?
But yeah, no, me personally, if I was playing in a competition and someone did that and they beat me, but I had number 2, I'd be like, I won. You cheated.
I don't see it cheating. I think if it's in the game, you're allowed to expose.
Unless every single person in there did it.
Well, I mean, they can. They have the ability to.
Yeah.
It's just whether they do or not is an independent decision.
I see it as less impressive.
I see
Then
it as
if you
more
can,
impressive.
if you can get the higher score by going through the whole level, I see that as more
I
impressive.
think my favorite things are like Michaela goes on these deep dives watching history of speedruns.
Wow.
And so people do these video essays where they go through the history of people in the past getting speedruns and cutting their times. And it's actually really fun to watch. And my favorite ones are where some new kid comes in and they've figured out this secret to solve this thing, and they undercut everyone else's time by like minutes. And everyone's like, holy shit, what do we do now? And then after that is just all these other tries of people figuring it out and then trying to find more like that. That's really fun. So I think when people find glitches like that, people get encouraged to find even more and figure it out. So yeah, it's good fun.
Just had a thought. Could tie into the rest of the show. Is that glitch? Do you not want it fixed because of nostalgia?
No, I don't want it fixed because it's important to history.
Why is it important? It's a fuck up.
Because that's the original coding. That's how the game
That
was
doesn't make it
originally
not a
released.
fuck up.
But that's a part of the... Fuck up or not, it's a part of history.
Without fixing shit, you wouldn't have the No Man's Sky you play now.
But there was no speedruns for No Man's Sky. That was just improving a game.
So it's only if it's speedruns?
I think if it's... Oh, what do I think? I don't know, you're confusing me. I think that... All right. Oh, God damn it.
You think if it's been there for a long time, shut up, it's old, leave it.
No, I just think all right. Here's a way to put it. Back then, source code and all that sort of stuff wasn't saved. It wasn't deemed important. It's more or less gone to the ashes. Modern day games, the source code is still there. Like there would still be a code that exists of that original No Man's Sky with the original glitches and the original playing. If you fix stuff from a code that doesn't really exist or isn't readily available, I don't know how readily available that code is for Donkey Kong.
No idea.
The chances of it being lost forever are higher than a modern game.
How are you losing it?
Well, I don't know. How does data get lost? Like Final Fantasy VIII, the original source code isn't there anymore. The
Isn't
original
that
Kingdom
due
Hearts.
to, that's not due to like a glitch or something. Isn't that due to literally people just
But that's what I mean. Like,
not preserving that shit?
exactly. That sort of stuff wasn't preserved back then because it wasn't deemed important.
But how does that come into play as to whether on this thing they should have kept the glitch or not?
Because it is allowing people to experience something that is the same as how it was back in the 80s.
I argue that
So I can still play the game as normal,
yes,
or I can use the glitch.
but I hear my thing is, why wouldn't you take an opportunity to fix something that was not meant to be there?
Well, it's also not a competitive game. Well, it is a competitive game.
It's a very competitive
There's a
game.
whole documentary
It's literally on
on
the
it.
World Championship.
No. That's that aside. Like there was a whole
there's a whole
documentary of the
documentary,
King of Kong and what's his name? Who's-
Billy Mitchell.
Yeah, don't say his name. He'll sue us.
Come for me, dickhead. Bring your barbecue sauce.
Oh God, no! You don't know how many people he sued.
What is he
You
going to
really
get out of me?
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He's suing Carl Jobs at the moment, which is Brad. You know who Carl Jobs is? YouTuber, documentary dude. No, anyway, look up Carl Jobs. He's a good dude.
Fun fact: speedrun for No Man's Sky is 1 minute 44 seconds.
Wait, what?
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky, 1 minute 44 seconds. 4 months
To get
ago.
to the center of the universe.
That's what it says.
That has to be a glitch, right?
It says 1 minute 44 seconds.
What's the speed run for Donkey Kong?
I'll have a look.
I bet it's nowhere near Billy Mitchell's name. Anyway, it's this is a lot harder topic to discuss than I thought it was going to be. Anyway,
I will put it. I actually don't care if it's fixed or not. That was just me looking at different points of view.
What do we got, Brayden?
So the leaderboards, this says this is for NES. One loop or game A, whatever that means. 1 minute 3 seconds. One loop game B, 1 minute 3 seconds. Don't know what that means.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, don't know. So a minute.
Yeah, minute.
That's to finish the game, though. That's 4 levels.
Oh, okay.
So they're obviously using glitches all the way through.
Jesus.
But I mean, that's fun as well. Speaking of old,
Yes.
me,
Oh, okay.
I'm so tired. I just want a little nap.
Shut up! I have a 25-year-old kid.
Yeah, but you just got to stop.
What the fuck was that?
So my favorite thing about Ben uses Brave as a browser, and anytime I open a new tab, it just comes up with a new image, and
an
this
otter?
image is just of this cute little,
It's a quokka.
little
quokka.
thing. Look at it.
Or
It's a little
beton.
rodent or something. It's very cute. Anyway,
Being old, we have a little bit of nostalgia. Now, is it
Sure
because
do.
you enjoyed the times that you're remembering, or that we've gotten to an age where pure reality and the way of living has crushed our spirit and we yearn for a simpler time where we didn't have the responsibilities or the negativity of the world that surround us, and all that mattered is that little spark of hope that when you came home from school and got to sit down, nothing else mattered apart from that video game and the escapism into a world that wasn't reality, and you just crave and yearn to have that feeling again, and you'll take it anywhere you can. And due to the way that Flashpoint memory works, those games are significantly tied to your psyche. So you have the ability to go and sit next to an old TV and plug in an old video game system and instantly be transported back to that time where life didn't suck so much goddamn ass.
Just going to say 3 of my games, I was already a parent and lived out of home.
So no.
I just realised, oh, look, it's me.
I wanted to talk about nostalgia in video games, and the nostalgia we have for those games is...
He did ad-lib that, Dylan. That was not written down.
The nostalgia for those games, does that make the games actually as good as people maintain they are, or is nostalgia making them better? So I've asked the folks here at Hack the Dino to come up with 3 or 4 games that they have particular nostalgia for, and we're actually going to discuss...
You said 4.
I said 4, but we might not be able to use the last one. We'll see.
What?
We'll see how we go. And we're going to actually discuss as to whether this is a good game or if it's nostalgia just driving it. Now, some of these games each of us haven't played. Some games we have played. So I think it should be a fairly balanced discussion. I know Anto was very keen to discuss this, so he has put his thoughts in as well. But Floppy, why don't you kick us off first while I find Anto's...
Okay, so you just want me to go through my nostalgic games and why they're nostalgic?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
And then we'll discuss whether they actually are good games by today's standards.
So I think good games by today's standards is
All right, not
hard
today's
because it's
standards.
subjective.
Oh, let's just go good games.
Good
Whether
games.
they're...
Or do I still think they are as good as what I thought back then? Because it's really...
Yeah, okay.
Because good is subjective
It is.
to the
No,
person.
no, I think that's a better way to put it.
Okay, for my first... All of my games you've probably heard me talk about, but that's why they are nostalgic games to me. Or that's why I talk about them, is because they're nostalgic games. My first one is Space Quest 2. Not Space Quest 1, which we have talked about on the show and we did for
played
Game
it,
Club.
didn't
We did. Brayden even eventually figured out how to walk.
yay!
Not by typing walk left. So Space Quest 2 was one of the first... I actually played this before I played Space Quest 1. It was the first time I played a game that had a proper story. It wasn't Pac-Man. It wasn't Donkey Kong. It wasn't Cubit. It wasn't a game that was, just a simple get from A to B or do that one thing. Mm-hmm. It was a game that had a story. You played a character. That character had a personality. There were things that you could do that didn't... that weren't necessary to finish the game. You could do side things to get points that didn't actually have to get you from A to B in the game. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And so to me, as a lover of stories, no matter how they're really told in any medium, that looks like the succulent Chinese meal guy.
It does.
I've just noticed that. Wow.
Rest in peace.
Wow. Oh, next level. Which makes sense because that was in the 80s too. So yeah, Space Quest 2, I got to be not a hero, I got to be a janitor who went on this amazing adventure, and I got to do it. So it was the first time that had happened. So yes, there have been other games for me that have had that experience, but this one was the first time, and it was an eye opener. I still can go back and enjoy it just as much as I did then. So to me, yes, it holds nostalgic value because it showed me something in games that I'd never seen before. Mm-hmm. But I still get that much enjoyment out of it now.
So when we were playing Space Quest 1,
Yes.
I've never played it before. I enjoyed it, but because I played similar games.
So you had
So-
the nostalgic connection to that style.
That style and that music, the beeps and the bobs of the old
Yep.
MIDI
The sound effects
samplers.
that you remember.
Yeah, the walk left, walk right, find, capsule, whatever.
Oh, this was also the first game I played with comedy in it.
So I don't think I can actually answer it because I've never played this game. But just seeing the graphics on the screen now as we're watching it over on twitch.tv/HackTheDino or maybe on youtube.com/HackTheDino, it's just the nostalgia is hitting and I'd want to play it.
It's like a warm blanket,
Yeah, which is what I rambled about
which is
before.
exactly what nostalgia does for you.
Yeah.
Does it make it a good game? No, I think it has to be a good game to be able to earn that nostalgic connection.
Well, we'll go into that a bit later on.
Okay. So that's this one, by the way. Sludge Vol, the bad guy, is trying to take over Earth with an army of door-to-door salesmen.
Brayden,
Yo,
you have no nostalgic connection to this style of game.
absolutely not.
You have no nostalgic connection to
Wait,
these
hold up. I think I did play Granny's Garden in early computer class.
Then you can say,
yeah.
I'd just like you to say a quick thank you to Wayne Starrick,
Thanks, Wayne Starrick.
my uncle,
Thanks,
who
Wayne
worked at the
Starrick.
education
Ledge.
department, who got Granny's Garden to Australia.
Goddamn.
We all
I
know,
saw the paperwork.
We all know my connection to Granny's Garden and the fact that I found one at the last Comic and Toy Fair.
Yes, you did.
I'm very excited.
Anyway, your thoughts? Like,
Look, like I can look at this and I can say the Zoomer thing of my eyes hurt, but like I actually super duper respect the art style and aesthetic that they were able to achieve. Like I think aesthetically and visually these games have something going. I think it's good. I think it works well for it. Accessibility wise, like they just had no like signposting or anything to point you in the right direction, which I get. Like you're about, again, like games back in that day, you're getting the most out of it possible. You're gonna walk into a wall for 5 hours typing check for like secret compartment or
The
whatever.
thing is, though, we didn't,
Which is
because that's how games worked.
Yeah, like I didn't grow up with that being the language of games.
Yes, yeah, that's it. The language, that's the best way of
So
putting
the
it.
language of games has evolved over time.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess in that sense, I look at it and I go to play it and I'm like, this is so difficult. Whereas for you guys now, you might pick something up more recently and be like, this is insufferable to try and understand.
Yeah,
And
whereas
I'd
I
be
can
like,
pick
yep,
that
cool,
up
got it.
and do it with ease. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
all right, maybe we should go through one at a time just in case we run out of time.
Yeah.
So, Brayden, you want to talk about your first one, which is a little bit more modern than what Floppy and I might be talking about?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Actually, it's about up and par with my other three.
Not with mine.
No.
Oh, bless. Oh no, I've just realized I got the wrong footage.
Did you get Lego Skywalker Saga?
No, I got the original trilogy, which I didn't want.
Ooh.
I want the prequel trilogy. Lego Star Wars, the prequel trilogy, is what I want to talk about. Because this game is the shit. And so basically, how I took this prompt of, is a game good or is it just nostalgia talking? I looked on Metacritic and I filtered to my childhood years. And I then looked at the Metascores. And anything below 80 that I was initially, the second I saw it, went, what? And was angry about, that's a game I chose. So first of that for me is Star Wars, the prequel trilogy, which was the first Lego Star Wars game. It wasn't the original trilogy. It was the prequel trilogy.
This is a great game.
And oh my god, this game is so good. And this game had so much in it for running on the PS2, for adapting 3 films, which are like
Truth be told, there wasn't much story in those 3 films, so
well,
wasn't
but
that
like
much to adapt.
able to adapt it into like grunts and shrugs and like slapstick comedy. Like they did a really good job with this. And the art style worked great. The amount of different characters and everything in there you got. The level design was like fine, you know. It was fine. There's a lot of levels. They did I think 10 for each film, so 30 levels. And they were not small, and they had like different sections. The puzzle solving was fine.
The mini kits.
The mini kit collecting, oh my god. Like This game is pure nostalgia straight to my veins, baby. And I looked at the Metacritic score and I was like, this is too low.
What did it score?
I think it was like in the 70s. And I was like, nah, this is like, as much as people go, oh, Legos are kids' games. No, they're for kids. Like, it's a good game though.
It's, you know what? It's a kid-friendly game. It's not a kid game.
Yeah. All ages.
It is a
accessible.
content-appropriate game for children.
Extremely.
So, as someone who, I play the Star Wars Lego games. I play all the Lego games.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily enjoy them on the level of same as you two. I have no nostalgia for this, and I think that score is appropriate for what it was.
And it probably is, in all honesty.
So I think this is a really good point that, games are subjective, determining on what nostalgia you have for it and what you feel was a good game at that time of your life. But does watching this game, Brayden, take you back to when you were originally playing it?
I can hear every single sound effect.
Yeah.
As it's happening on screen.
So again, we have that comfort, that taking you back. So is it the game is that good, or is it the fact that you crave that simpler time?
I guess, but like it's that thing where it's like, oh, I would love to just go back to being a little kid and playing this game, but also I just want to play it now. Also because I find these games fun. Like
I love them too.
Yeah, like I like. The Lego games have that playing through a story while also having some collecty stuff in it. It's not too big.
They're very achievable.
Yes. And the
can't
Lego
die.
games themselves have gotten bigger.
Yeah, you cannot die.
And you can't die, which is fun. Some people don't like that.
Demon Souls and stuff could learn a few things from that.
All right, so my first game, I think bucks the trend because it's very nostalgic for me, but also one of the best games that's ever made. I'm talking, of course, about Chrono Trigger. I have the story of when I first played this game. What are you got here, Brayden? What's this video?
This is something.
Oh, this is the Akira Toriyama cutscene one
There you
for
go.
the PlayStation.
3DS?
Or the 3DS. Anyway, this game, holy crap. I have such a nostalgic connection for it. I first played it in year 9 or something, year 10, at a friend's place when I was staying over there, and instantly fell in love with it and had been chasing it ever since, and got a physical copy of the cartridge last year. And I believe my Chrono Trigger game collection is now complete. I think I have every single release of it.
That's cool.
It is also well known as probably one of, if not the best Japanese RPG ever created. So much so that the original artist, Akira Toriyama, came back and, as we said before, made cutscenes for a special edition. People will rave about this game. It's only a 30-hour game, which I find ridiculous. And it was only a couple of years ago that I found out that it was a 30-hour game because...
And not 500.
Well, I spent literally hundreds of hours trying to finish this game when I was a kid. That's a massive spoiler there. Wow. That's a massive spoiler
only
in this
if you know.
trailer.
Only if you know the game.
Wow. Yeah, so I've lost my track of thought. I'm just...
You spent hundreds of hours.
Yeah, hundreds of hours because, as I've told on the story before, being the first RPG I played, I didn't realize you could upgrade your equipment or your armor or anything. So I finished the game on base armor and base everything.
You've made a lot of points for it being, it's a great game and it's one of the best games. What made it nostalgic for you? What about that experience?
It flashes back. So as I mentioned, I was at a friend's house.
Mm-hmm.
I actually, when I got the physical copy of it last year, I'm still in contact with this friend. And I sent him a message.
Is it Osty?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
I sent him a message and said, hey, do you remember when we were both like 13? And I stayed over one night. We went to the video shop and we hired Chrono Trigger on a whim. And we stayed up all night playing it and we thought it was one of the greatest games ever made. And he just went, no.
So it is nostalgic for you.
Exactly.
Didn't have the same thing for him.
Correct.
Okay, that's really cool.
Correct.
He's like, fucking, that was a shit game.
What's this guy talking to me after 20 years?
Who are you again? Why are you calling me?
It's this person being like, yeah, you mean that game that you played all night and I had to sit next to you and just watch you play a video game?
I can't remember if that was the case, but that could have been the case.
Wow.
But this is one of my top games ever. But Chrono Trigger is also a great game. So it just goes to prove that, I don't know, something about nostalgia and good games going hand in hand. Anyway,
Okay.
what's the second game you got? Oh, what was Anto's?
Anto has
Oh,
gone...
Final Fantasy VII. All right.
We've all heard him talk about this at length, so to keep it brief, the plot, the characters, and the music make it timeless, and hugely positive reactions from people who have never played it, experiencing it for the first time, are my basis for saying 7 isn't just nostalgia, though it plays a big part for him
I
personally.
think very, very similar between that and Chrono Trigger.
Yeah. My next one, can I do my next one? Because
Yeah.
my next one is nostalgic.
Sorry, ask that question again.
Can I do my next one?
Yeah. Thank you.
Is nostalgic for a different reason completely. So my second game is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Now, yes, it's a great game. We all know that.
Great soundtrack.
Great soundtrack and everything. But this was one of the games when I had, for long story short, I had 2 children at the time who I'm going to go were 7 and 4. And this was the game. No, that would have been 6 and 3. 6 and 3. This was the game that I played with them when they were at my house. We'd separated at a point with my partner. And I would put this game on and we would play it together because they liked watching skateboarding. My eldest at the time, Jaden, would have a controller that was not plugged in.
Oh, yeah.
And then my youngest at the time would lay on my back while I was laying on my stomach playing the game on the TV and would fall asleep with his head on my shoulder.
No.
And we would play this for hours. My youngest would nap. Jaden and I would play. He would pick the characters. He would pick the thing and he would just, yeah. And it is a great game without any of that. But those memories made it a nostalgic connection for me.
Mm. And do you play it now and instantly take him back to that?
Yeah, 100%. I got it when I got this on the PS4 when they did the Tony Hawk's 1 and 2. And I loaded this up and the music came in and I instantly started hitting runs, muscle memory that I used to. I had to lay on my stomach to play it.
That's so cute.
Like I just had to. Like it was a weird thing that I just had to do.
And then Ethan came in and went, Dad, I'm tired.
Yeah, and I'm like, get off of me, you freak. You're 21. Get off.
So, good game and nostalgic? Purely nostalgic?
No. I think we all agree that it's a great game and
Yeah,
it's a
it is.
groundbreaking game.
Yep.
But the nostalgic connection for me came from something different apart from the fact that it's just that game.
Yep.
It came from the moment and the time spent and closeness with my kids.
All right, Brayden, tell us about your kids.
My kids are called Peter, Miguel, and Peter.
Didn't think you were going to say Peter for a second.
Well, hello. Goddamn. No, so this is a game that, like, might not be to everyone's taste, but was incredibly to mine. Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions.
Good game. Expensive game.
See, I loved this game. This game was so good, giving me access to 4 different Spider-Men from across the multiverse.
Do you know who helped co-write the storyline for this?
And would it be a wonderful
Ben.
Dan Slott?
It was the wonderful Dan Slott.
Whoa, I can't believe how that he could have been the one to do that.
Who would have thought?
Because this was many years before he did Spider-Verse at all. This was before Spider-Verse.
Yes, it is. Very, very, very much so.
Yeah. So this is like, for everyone who likes the new Across the Spider-Verse movie and everything, this is the thing that started it. Almost.
Well, no, animated series.
Animated series did. But, like,
'Cause Dan Slott has said that's where he got the idea from.
That's fair. I really, really like this game. And I'm sure it doesn't, like, hold up in every respect. It's a level-based action game. Like, that's not to everyone's tastes. The cutscenes probably don't look incredible, but it so was PS3 era. But I thought this game was great. I really enjoyed this game. I think it's a good game. I'm probably due to go back and play it sometime soon.
I also thoroughly enjoy this game, although I don't have a nostalgic connection to this Spider-Man game.
Ooh. What Spider-Man? What
PS1.
PS1 Spider-Man. Okay, yep.
So I got a nostalgic connection to, of all games, the first Spider-Man movie game.
Oh,
Because once you finished it and 100%ed it,
you finished it?
yeah, you got to be the Green Goblin.
Ah.
And you got to New Games Plus it as the Green Goblin.
I never finished that game.
No, it was great.
I was a little kid. I was very bad at that game.
Yeah, I was a little kid too.
I agree with you, Brayden. This is a very good game, as is, what was the other one? Edge of Time?
Edge of Time was,
I think they're both really good games.
yeah, Edge of Time wasn't as good as this one, I don't think.
Nostalgia for that time in your life. Yeah, that's cool.
I think the problem this game faces, especially in modern day times, is that we now have 2 exceptional Spider-Man games.
Oh, yeah, and it's not that style of game at
No.
all.
No. So, I mean,
The artwork is cool, though.
artwork's amazing.
Using the different art styles for the different universes.
Yeah.
All right, my second game. Again, probably my favorite game of all time. Super Mario Brothers.
Wow.
The first
Yep, the very first game I ever played. Really.
Wow.
Yeah, you talk about muscle memory? Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is purely I've got 10 minutes free. I'm going to sit down and play some Mario Brothers.
I remember these parts from the World Championship that I just did. I can't do them that quick. Jesus.
Yeah, like this game means so much to me. It sparked my interest in video games. It sparked my interest in my obsession with Nintendo. It's basically a huge part of who I am. And I also think is widely regarded as one of the best games ever made. So I think, again, definitely a good game and a nostalgic one for a lot of people. Because for a lot of people, this was also, I bet, their first exposure to a game. And let's not forget, up until now, games were primarily single-screen adventures. This was the first one that sort of went to the side and told more of a story. Thoughts? If you agree, that's fine. We can just move on.
No, I do agree, because I don't have a nostalgic connection to this game, although I admit that it is a great game for what it did. But it didn't mean anything to me, so this was the time that I was playing Space Quest. So I can see how, yes, nostalgia makes games great, but I will also agree that it is a great game.
Yeah. Brayden,
Nonetheless.
have you played this?
I have. I feel like this one kind of like transcends nostalgia in the sense of like, I look at this and as someone who initially I didn't grow up on this Mario game, but I grew up on a different Mario game.
Galaxy?
64?
Galaxy?
No, World 3 or something.
Super Mario World.
On the Game Boy Advance.
Oh, Super Mario Land.
Yeah, that one. But like playing any Mario game that's in this style, I feel like inherently they all kind of hit the same. So I look back on this and I get nostalgic for it, even though this isn't the one that I grew up on.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's weird how Mario in the 2D style really transcends that whole vibe.
I think everyone's played it. Like, even Parker's played this one.
Well, I can't imagine why being in your household.
Well, she doesn't play video games anymore.
Should we do one more each?
Yeah, all right. Then we'll have a quick go at our number 4th one. What was Anto's?
Oh, Anto's number 2 is Kingdom Hearts. Well, this is a good one because commonly referred to as kind of janky.
Oh, yeah.
And clunky. It says here, objectively one of the clunkier action RPGs on the PS2. Nostalgia plays a massive part in making this one still a firm favourite of Anto's, thanks to memories of sitting with his best friend in high school and battling their way through the super boss fights, Ice Titan from Hercules and Sephiroth respectively, with basically zero internet access or guidebooks, trying newer strategies and equipment. Noting this down on a notepad and battling on was a joy and is a special memory of his. Chuck Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 into Kingdom Hearts 2's engine and bam, no nostalgia. Objective, perfect game.
So Anto also said, because he mentioned that he recently got a CRT, and all he did, the first thing he did when he booted that up was plug in his PS2 and put in Kingdom Hearts.
There you go. And it'll take you back to that time, because that's what you had, that's what you played it on, that's what you saw it as.
Exactly, and that's what nostalgia is. It's more than just the game. It's the sound.
It's like the experience.
The sound and the static from the old CRTs when you boot it up, and you hear the boot up screen through that muffled old speaker of the TV.
I wonder if that's why I don't have a nostalgic connection to CRTs, is because my gaming started out on PCs.
Yeah. Whereas I bet if you booted up an old...
to a PS1.
Put an old CRT type monitor.
Oh, 100%.
And you get a...
Yeah, and, radons blasting through my brain. Cool. All right, my number 3 is nostalgic for a whole nother reason. I realized I've got nostalgic reasons that all differ.
Mm-hmm.
So my number 3 I picked is Borderlands for PS3.
Good timing.
Fucking love this game. This was the first time I really enjoyed a co-op game or a multiplayer game at all. I don't particularly enjoy multiplayer games. I don't do many multiplayer games other than the odd bit of Fortnite. Very often at all. This was one I played start to finish in co-op with friends, whether we played online. But one of my strongest memories of it was a New Year's Eve where some friends of mine and I decided, you know what? We're not gonna go out. We're not gonna go drink heaps and not be able to remember New Year's Eve. We're going to drag 2 TVs into the lounge room, hook up 2 PS3s, and have 4 people playing 2 split screen sets of Borderlands.
Wow.
All night.
Awesome.
Oh,
That's
and
pretty
then we
cool.
watched Teeth, which is a horror film, which was a whole other thing. But Borderlands. Playing through that, great story, great writing. Objectively, a great game anyway, but the nostalgia of it being the first multiplayer game that I really enjoyed a lot and couldn't wait to go back and play with my mates was awesome. It was the first time I got a headset. It was one of the little earbud ones, like a mobile
I
device.
had one of those that was so bad.
Brayden, what's your third one?
My third one is... God, what is my third one? My third one is... I forgot what I made my third one. That's so silly. Everyone remembers where they were at the time when this had taken over the world. Not this specific one, but the genre and the franchise. Guitar Hero, baby. A lot of people have a lot of nostalgia for like getting together, playing with friends at like parties and stuff. Or
Legends of Rock.
getting together.
I
See,
had ACDC. I had Aerosmith.
I never had any of the like just one band dedicated ones. The one that I grew up on is this one that we are playing footage from, which is Rocks the 80s.
Wow, I never played this one.
Oh
I
my
played
God,
most of
dude.
the others.
Legends of Rock had a really
Number
good
3?
storyline. Yeah.
Yes.
Really good storyline.
Set list in this one, mint. Real good. Let me see if I can just bring it up. Rocks the 80s set list.
No, Legends of Rock, you played starting out in a band, and you played sort of like the old dives, and then you got a manager who sort of helps you progress through.
Yeah.
And then right at the end, the manager wants you to play or sign an exclusive contract, and you turn them down because you find out they've been swindling you or something.
Yeah.
And then the manager turns out to be the devil, and then the last battle is you're battling the devil against Devil Went Down to Georgia.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
That's a
all
very
right,
cool one.
Let's see what we got here. We've got some Judas Priest, some Dead Kennedy, some Winger, some Anthrax, some Iron Maiden, some Poison. Nothing but a good
Wow.
time. I could play
Nothing
not looking at the screen.
Good
I learned
time.
the entire thing off by heart and could play it. I played this game so much. Ballroom Blitz by Crocus. You got some Rats, some The Police, Twisted Sister.
Oh, love me some Twisted Sister.
I just want to
Theo?
point out, though, Legends of Rock, though, Brayden,
Yeah,
not only had Through Fire and the Flames as the credit song,
yeah.
notoriously hard.
Through Fire and the Flames. Everyone talks about Through Fire and the Flames. This.
Wait. Do you know what it also had? It was my first exposure to... Look in my eyes, what do you see?
Okay. Yep. Fair.
Cult of personality.
That's fair. That's fair.
CM Punk's theme song.
Yeah.
Heaps glad you didn't do SingStar though.
What do you mean? I can jump around those notes like nobody's business.
I got real good at doing medium and I never got good at doing hard.
I could do whenever went to blue. I think it was medium.
Oh no, I could do the one with the blue. I
Yep.
could never do the one with the orange.
No, I could never figure out orange.
Fuck orange.
But I got really good at blue.
Hey,
Yeah.
there's a former president of the United States who'd take offense to that.
Fuck orange. Oh, why? Because that's his face color.
Oh, okay. No, I will give you Legends of Rock purely because it has Bulls on Parade
Yeah.
by Rage Against the Machine.
That's a
There's
great song.
So many
That's
good
fair.
songs.
All
Man.
right, so nostalgic or good game? I think it's a good game. I can't understand why
I
it
think
died.
Both, because once again, this would hit
Well.
me. We used to play, not this particular one, but we used to have Friday night drinks with the same crew that I used to play Borderlands with. And Friday night drinks at this house, which was coincidentally 2 houses down from where I live now, there would be Guitar Hero would be set up.
Yep.
And if enough people got there and wanted to, you would just pick it up and start playing, and then there would be people at the back. There would be people playing Guitar Hero. It would rotate. It was great.
And then
Yeah.
they brought out the band set.
Yep.
You could have 4 people going and someone singing.
We did. We had 2 guitars, a bass, a drum, and we did have a singer sometimes, but not very often.
Wild.
All right, my third one, Street Fighter 2. Short and sweet. Again, have you noticed all my games seem to be like genre-defining entries?
Yes.
And heralded. It's because I'm the most vanilla person you will ever meet. Oh, who do you play in Mortal Kombat? Sub-Zero. Who do you play in Street Fighter?
Ryu.
I am the most boring-ass individual ever.
Are you playing Smash Brothers?
Smash Brothers?
Yeah.
Link.
I was totally going to guess Link.
I was going to guess Ryu.
No, it's got to be a Nintendo person.
It does. Look, I know what I am. I'm well aware of what I am, but I also like these characters and I have an attachment to it. And, you know, I've told the story again on this show before. We used to have a roller rink called Skate Line. You'd remember Skate Line.
I remember going to Skate Line.
And they had an arcade there with Street Fighter 2 machine. And I used to go to the 3-hour lock-ins on a Sunday. Get
And
my
not
mum.
skate?
No, because the skates I could put on and I'd be high enough that I could play Street Fighter 2. So I would spend my whole day and like drop $20. This is when they were all 20 cents each.
Yep.
$20 just playing Street Fighter. I wouldn't eat. I wouldn't use any of the money my mum gave me to eat at the canteen. I would sit there and play Street Fighter 2. And
Developed
I
an
swore,
eating disorder.
I swore as a small child I would one day own a Street Fighter 2 cabinet. And I did. And I do. And I own this game. And it is freaking awesome. But yeah, also a very influential game. And I think nostalgia also for a lot of people.
Have I told you how I first played this game?
No.
I played it on PC.
Right. Oh, yes. Yeah.
So me and my mate would play
there it is.
two-player.
There's the old skate lines.
That's
Now,
it.
Guess what it is now?
I have no idea.
It's a mega church. Holy crap. Talk
Gross.
about nostalgia. Jeepers.
I
creepers.
remember that. Remember the lights going and it was down low.
So, Brayden, with this photo we're seeing, back right-hand corner, that's
Yep.
where the arcade was.
See
Love
the
it.
screen on the left? They would show film clips
Yep.
Oh my god.
while you roller skated. That's 4 wheels per feet.
And there was a bar that went along the side of it. So if you didn't know how to skate, you just pulled yourself around.
Yep.
Love it.
And then
Losers.
sometimes whoever the
Losers
DJ,
did that.
yeah, and whoever the DJ was would sometimes turn the lights up. So like, yeah, you saw the people who couldn't skate properly.
Goddamn.
What a
Yeah,
time.
down to the right there, where that pillar is. Beyond that, that's where the Street Fighter machine was.
God.
What a time.
God, I remember that. Oh my God. So there you go, nostalgia, hell of a thing. All right, very, very quickly, I just want to touch on one game that I have nostalgia for that is awful. And it is a game on the NES called Time Lord. And it is from Milton Bradley. And it is a steaming pile of poo. How do I know this? Because I tried to play it a couple of weeks ago. I went, wow, this game sucks ass.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, it's awful. So basically, you are from the future, and you have to go through time collecting orbs to prevent someone from dying. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
But it had stupid things like you had to stand in a particular position and jump up twice, and an orb would fall from the roof. Like there'd be no hint that that's where the orb is. You just have to try and find it.
Fair.
Michael Towns in the live chat has said, "I can smell the asbestos when those pics are up from the skate line days." Yeah. All right. Very, very quickly, do you want to touch on your fourth one, Floppy?
I will touch on it. I'm not going to go into it deep because I've talked about it so much. But my fourth one is Metal Gear Solid PS1.
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear. Now, we all know how much I love this game. We all know how much Ben loves this game. I love it because it was not just a game that had a story. It was a game that had a story like a goddamn thriller movie.
Yep.
And I had not seen a story like that told in video games before. I had not seen a game that took me on a wild ride with characters that had character arcs, that had plot twists and broke the fourth wall with certain things and not just affected me watching the game, but affected things I was doing with the controller. And if you know the game, you know what I'm talking about. It made it vibrate on the side and told me he was doing it with his mind. It was amazing. Yeah, it was a
I'd say
game that blew my mind.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Stuff I'd never seen stuff like this before. And now, objectively, the controls are trash.
Oh, yeah, it's a tank control.
I had gone back and played again, and it is terrible. Look at the faces.
No, that's a style. That's a style.
I know it's a style, but it's not great.
I think it's wonderful.
I love it. but I love it because of nostalgia.
No, see, I don't have a childhood nostalgia for this. I just
Really?
think the characters are fantastic. I didn't play this game until I was in my 30s.
Oh, okay. See, some of the characters, like Revolver Ocelot looks ridiculous. Grey Fox there, Cyborg Ninja, looks amazing. Do you know that friend of the show, Patrick?
Yep.
Has Cyborg Ninja, Grey Fox's helmet at home.
Awesome.
Like a full size
And
one.
I'll just take you back. Revolver Ocelot looks fucking awesome.
No, I thought the character design is cool, but the actual way that his face looked was
No.
odd.
Amazing.
But yeah, the sounds, I can hear that scream right now.
Mm.
The storyline with the plot twists blew my mind. I remember playing this in the dark and just being amazed.
All right, Brayden, very, very quickly.
Dragon Ball Z, Budokai. This is a random video I found on YouTube called Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2 is controversial.
Is
And
this the Wii one?
no, so
GameCube.
this was GameCube PS2. I had it on PS2. Let's see if I can find some gameplay of it going around the map looked like this. Yep, that was a Dragon Ball Z game that you just saw.
Yeah, I don't like the Budokai games. I think they're boring as shit.
Nah, mate, you're wrong. Sparking Zero
Correct.
coming out soon. Oh man, I am so ready to jump straight back into that. 'cause
Sparking 2?
Sparking Zero.
Sparking 0?
Because that is basically a Budokai Tenkaichi game, just not called that anymore. And yeah, I'm super keen for that because this is the fighting game I grew up on, Ben.
I actually like what it looks like. Like,
Yeah,
I like
oh.
the art.
The cell shading.
They really they ate when it came to trying to adapt these characters like this.
I like cell shading on anything, basically. It's like Borderlands looks great.
But yeah, this not a lot of people liked. This is how you explored the map and continued the campaign.
How old were you when you played this?
Maybe 10.
And were you into Dragon Ball Z at the time?
Yes, I'd just been brought into it from my cousin introducing it to me.
Fair.
And yeah, it's a look.
So-
I'll admit it. Like, it's nowhere near as exciting as the more like the games that came after this one. They introduced like being able to like fly around the open world to like continue the campaign and stuff, rather than this point-based map thing.
It's very Mario the Maze, though.
Point-based maps. Wow. hold me
Yeah, I
back.
know, right? How old. But yeah, I mean, I really liked it. I went back to it. It's fine. But I'm just mainly excited for getting a new one.
But we've been Hack the Dino.
What a hook! Stay tuned.
We've been Hack the Dino. It's been our gaming cast where we bring you the past, present, and future of video games, news, previews, and discussions. For how long? Guess you'll find out soon. But until then, remember, the dinos are here to say